I dropped my dice all over the floor yesterday and accidentally stood on them without any shoes on. My foot took 1d4 damage.
Previously on Tales from the 20 side.
And then you see 12 small globules of light start to drift out of the forest towards you.
So I'm going to pull young Carlton down from the horse
Okay.
and push him towards the lights.
You guys are not heroes at all. Oh, Jesus. You watch as what look like 3 tiny needles come shooting out from some of the lights.
Brother Amos grows weary of these lights and is going to punch one.
And you see a tiny little shape, little creature with icy blue skin and these butterfly-like wings, long tails that have a bit of luminescent glow to them. It is not moving, it appears to be dead. Also are rolling
I am rolling, thank you.
Cool.
All rolling.
Okay.
We did all the jokes last time. Rolling down and all that. Nice shiny dice.
Not going to save you, Stu.
Nothing will. Nothing will.
I don't know if Stu's told you guys, but in my pub game 5th edition this week, I TPK'd. I killed my entire party.
What was TPK stand for?
Total party kill.
Right, okay.
Oh, I thought that was like a buzzkill, you know, you just spoil the atmosphere of it.
Well, funnily enough,
You totally killed the party, man.
How did you manage that?
So they were in an underground crypt, investigating the disappearance of a necromancer's tamed set of zombies. And they found the thing that was responsible for them going missing, and they fought it, and they got it down to 5 hit points, and then they died. Yeah, I don't think I've ever rolled so well on anything in my life. I think I must have had like 4 or 5 crits with my monsters.
I thought you were going to say that Stu tried to heal them all.
Stu wasn't involved with this one.
Which makes it even more impressive.
yeah, well, yeah.
There we go. I mean, they were cool with it. Like the games that we run there are lethal by design anyway. Like because it's set in we play it in the pub and we essentially play with different people every week. People are used to characters just dying. They make new ones, so they were good with it. However, it does now mean that because everyone who plays is part of an adventurers guild, and the quests that we run each week are jobs that they take off a board. It does mean that job has now gone back on the board with like an additional. Oh, I've sent some of your people into the crypt and I haven't seen them for like a day. Can we have someone else to investigate? That kind of thing. So yeah. Right.
Kill them all, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, it was only a party of 2 people. So.
Yeah, because when you've got a party of less than 4, it's their game to kill them all, isn't it? Anyway, nice to see the other
That's
two.
not what I'm saying. I mean, when you've got less than 4, it is easier to accidentally kill the party. Is what I'm saying.
Rule 0, man.
Rule 0.
I think we can survive the first season.
Yeah.
As long as you don't heal anybody else.
Ours not exactly built. It's not exactly power gaming here.
That's it.
Not for comfort, not for speed.
Okay, so we're all rolling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. So lovely. Adventurers, are we all assembled?
Yes.
Okay, welcome back everybody to Tales from the 20 Side, Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom. I will be your games master for this wonderful adventure today. And I'm joined once again by all three of our regular cast members, Mr. Stu Jackson.
Hello.
Mr. Darren Mafucci.
Hello.
And Mr. Neil Kelly.
Hi.
Welcome back, folks. It's been...
Got to be a rebel, haven't you? You said hello so nicely, so politely. You go, hi.
Hi.
That sounded a bit loud.
I mean, for the
It's pronounced Leshy.
For the listeners at home, what you don't realise is that Neil rocked up today wearing a leather jacket, smoking a cigarette, and wearing sunglasses. It's raining.
In a cigarette holder.
And the beret.
He's that much of a rebel.
My cross velvet strawberry lamb suit.
Fantastic. So it's been a hot minute since we were last here. I can't remember what happened last time. Can you?
Yes. Because it has been, for us, it's been a while. For the listeners, of course, it's just been a week.
This is true. This is very true.
But for us, it's been several weeks, hasn't it?
You're giving it away.
I'm
giving it all away.
I don't.
You don't
peek
care.
behind
It's like
the
you don't
curtain.
care.
You know.
I mean,
yeah.
are we worried about dating a video? Is that a
really,
thing?
no.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. It's worth mentioning today. So we record in advance. I mean, I don't think that's going to be a great secret to anyone. But today is a very, 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 very special day because although we're about to start episode 8, tonight
Is the launch
is the launch of the podcast.
of the very first episode.
This is exciting stuff.
It is. It's very exciting. I'm excited. I think you guys are as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
And not just the first episode.
First 3 episodes. Obviously, if you've listened up to this point, you'll know all this by now. Anyway, you'd have listened to it. You'd have hopefully enjoyed it. But
Well, if they're still listening,
if they're still listening, it's safe to assume that they probably have.
Bet. If that's what they've got.
Is it just going to be us 4 listening to this in 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How have you got 10,000 downloads?
Yeah.
Just don't look at my computer.
Just keep clicking over and over again.
There you go. Right, so bringing us back into the game, our intrepid party of adventurers have been pursuing the kidnapped Lady Malassene, who is a Tolden noble. She was kidnapped by a group of bandits as they ambushed her caravan travelling from Zimar to the capital of Apara. She was carried off into the borderwood, and our heroes have given chase to the bandits. Along the way, they've encountered some things. Olwen's had a close encounter of the bow through the foot kind.
Yeah, shot himself in the foot.
I forgot about that.
And healed himself, so it's fine. He's no dead. No.
Yeah, this is where we introduce Stu's new character. No, that is a joke. He hasn't died yet. There we go. More specifically, you were following the trail deeper into the forest with the snow-covered ground and the wind starting to bite through your bones a little bit, and you encountered some strange decorations, we'll call them, in the trees, in the form of frozen crow corpses that had been pinned there, as Otto realised, seemingly by a group of winter touched.
Using my encyclopedic knowledge of the occult,
Yes,
I realised
and his innate ties to fey creatures with his blood. He realised that this is a practice of winter touched fey creatures. They don't like crows and they like to pin them on trees wherever they find them. You continued a little bit deeper into the wood, where you encountered some strange lights that appeared out of nowhere and seemed to swarm you. There was a brief scuffle. Your new friend Carlton was thrown into the snow and left there as bait, for lack of a better word.
More of an experiment, I thought. At that stage, I had no idea whether these light things were harmful or not, so I thought, well, Carlton is the one to investigate it.
Use the expendable.
Also, I thought he's been here longer than us. Maybe he has more knowledge about these things. So.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Anyway, you eventually did battle with these lights. You brought down 2 sets of them. They seem to have little fairy type creatures inside some of them. And when last we left off, you had just struck down the last of these groups of lights, and there was a third group rapidly disappearing into the forest. Adventurers, what would you like to do?
Well, I think I want to check on Carlton to see if he's
all right.
See how he has fared, because I know he was shot.
He was shot, yes, and as you approach him, you can see that he seems unharmed, but he is shivering, and he has been for a few seconds. Much like I think it was who else got shot last time? I can't remember. Was it Otto? Or was it Olwyn? Somebody got shot.
Olwyn shot himself in the foot.
Not by yourself.
I got ripped apart by that lizard, that thing.
That's
in the
right.
snow.
That's right. So I can't remember who it was. I'm sure listeners will correct me in the comments and vent the fury of the internet on me, which is rightly deserved. One of your number received one of these little fairy arrows that had some kind of coldness attached to it.
I'm quite high on hit points. So.
No, yes, I was hit by it. Yes.
There you go.
A critical hit.
That's right. Didn't do much damage.
I should check on myself.
But it did make you feel very cold, very temporarily. After the fight had passed, you seem to warm up, and as you check on Carlton, you do see this kind of residual shivering kind of subside to a more normal level of shivering for the environment.
Carlton, my friend, I think we're going to be all right. Yes, I'll leave Captain Rohkar.
If he's cold, you could always warm him up.
Yes, I will warm you.
No, don't set him on fire. I'm going to put my cloak around Carlton.
He seemed quite grateful.
You're welcome. Shall we proceed?
Yes.
Now the lights have gone.
Where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? We were on our way. We were not up this winding forest path.
Yes, we were going to see Rohkar's Rangers, weren't we?
Yes.
Yes. With Carlton here in tow.
Okay, so you mount back up on your horses, which, as previously mentioned, the snow's getting quite thick on the ground at this point. So your horses are moving no faster than you would be on foot, but at least you're not getting snow in your boots.
I bet you're sorry you gave your warm cloak to Carlton now.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
Yeah, so you start moving the group back into back along this trail, and you'll start to notice that the deeper you go, the more and more overgrown the path is becoming. The vegetation is creeping more and more onto the path. Trees are getting a little bit thicker. And what's everybody's perception DCs?
14. So it's your perception plus 10.
Yeah.
My perception.
14.
I think we've all got 14 actually.
Yeah.
Oh yes, 14.
Cool. Yeah. So you'll notice this as you're kind of proceeding along. You come to a point where you start noticing more hoofprints in the snow. They don't look like horse hoofprints. They look more like a stag or an elk type of creature.
Dinner.
Dinner, yes. It's different from a cow, for instance. No one has been herding cattle here.
I heard something earlier.
That's a joke.
No.
You're never too cold to make jokes.
Something with his intelligence score probably wasn't.
As you
carry on, I think.
Yeah.
Or do you want to stop to?
I think we could probably do with some food.
Yes.
What time of day is it roughly?
That's a good question. I'm sure I'll get this wrong. You've not long woke up. That's right, because you slept after the encounter with the Tatzel worm. Then you encountered Carlton and Bagsy. Then you moved on. I think you've just had your first encounter since then. So it's probably about midday at this point, if not a little bit earlier.
Lunchtime then. Yeah.
Yes.
We can get off and track Sorry, get off the horse and track the animals if you like.
Yes.
Who's
Agreed.
Yes, we need to eat.
Who's taking the lead on finding this beast then?
I quite like killing things.
Okay, roll me a survival check, please, Brother Amos.
Brother Amos, no.
Okay. And what dice do I do for that?
Be a d20. If you're using my multicolour ones, it's the purple one.
20.
Natural 20.
Natural
plus
20.
your Survival.
2. 22.
Okay, nice. So, yeah, Brother Amos, you sort of get down to track this creature, and these tracks are really quite clear. They seem to be quite fresh, as though they've been whatever this animal was has passed through fairly recently. And although there are parts of it that are covered with little bits of brush and a dusting of snow, you do quite quickly pick up the trail here. It takes you off the path. You do have to leave your horses behind because it's going into kind of the thicker undergrowth and stuff. But after a few minutes, you do find yourselves in a clearing, and you can see in front of you, in this clearing, a quite a majestic-looking stag, standing quite tall. And as you approach the clearing, kind of, it's a bit strange. It's almost like the stag was expecting you. And as you break through this little line of trees into this clearing, the stag turns to face you, and you hear a voice coming from the direction of the stag. Oh, welcome, explorers in my woods. What brings you here to me?
Well, funny you should ask. Don't tell him.
Hello.
I don't really know what to say. I've never encountered a talking deer before.
No, it's not something you come across every day.
You don't seem to be wearing the colours of those bandit fellows. Are you with them? Are you here for something else?
That depends.
Are you lost? Do you need directions in the forest?
Are the raiders friends of yours?
The raiders? No, the raiders are no friends of the forest. They're no friends of mine.
Oh, well, then we are not with them. You have to be careful. You have to know who you're talking to when you're declaring your allegiances.
This is very wise. Very wise.
Although I'm not sure you were telling the truth, so perhaps I've fallen for the oldest trick in the book.
Yes, what can I do for you? Are you lost? Do you need directions? Is there something you seek?
We were hunting for food.
Hunting for food.
Looking for berries.
Ah, berries. Yes, there are some very nice berries in the patch just over there, and it sort of motions with its head to a point just behind you. And you do see on the ground, although the frost has started to take its toll on it, you can see some actually quite juicy looking blackberries.
Blackberries goes very well with venison.
Yes, it's a nice dessert. Blackberry food.
I'm going to walk away from these two and just pick those blackberries, I think.
Okay, you gather some blackberries.
It's very, very unusual to meet a talking deer.
Yes, well, I am, as you may have guessed, I'm no ordinary deer. This is no ordinary forest. This is my domain.
Ah.
You still haven't told me why you're here.
Oh, we're tracing down some bad people who've taken a lady who's, against her will, so we're going to free her.
From the clutches of Captain Rohkar and his bandits.
The raiders, yes.
Yes.
Bad people.
Very bad people.
Yes.
Well,
Can you offer any advice?
don't die.
I often forget that one.
That's marvellous, thank you. May we do anything to help you while we're here? Is there anything you'd like?
No, I'm okay, thank you. It's very cold. It's unnaturally cold this time of year.
It is chilly, isn't it?
It is.
Hang on, I've got a cloak. I'll go and get it off Carlton and drape it over the stag.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
You're welcome.
Are you putting it over kind of its back?
It's back, yeah, like a horse blankety type thing.
Okay, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Oh, natural 20, 24.
As you put this cloak over the back of the stag, there is a lump kind of in the back of its shoulders that you hadn't noticed before. So you kind of put the cloak over its shoulders, and then the cloak kind of does that. It pushes up. And as you do this, the stag bolts into the forest.
Well, that's dinner gone.
I think when it started talking, it wasn't going to be dinner. That's I don't think that would have been very wise.
Well, I hadn't made up my mind to tell the truth, one way or the other.
Seems a bit odd. There's a lamp. It's back. Hope it's not hurt.
We carry on tracking.
I'll call out. Sorry if I hurt you. Didn't mean to. If you want to come back, I might be able to help. I'm a healer of sorts. Stop laughing.
So what was that lump? Was it like a cyst or something?
So the way it appeared that there was. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this without giving it away too much. The back of the stag looked normal. Then when you put the cloak over it, it was like there was something else under the cloak.
Oh right, okay. So the cloak revealed a lump.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Something that you couldn't see beforehand.
Ah.
Yes, I wonder if it was a lump.
And you lose more cloaks that way.
Is the stag just gone completely? Or?
Yeah, it seems that it didn't appreciate something you did. You're not entirely sure. Something you did spooked it,
Okay.
and it's bolted off into the forest.
Well, we can track it, or we can carry on, and we can just have a nice lunch of these blackberries I've picked too. It's up to you, gentlemen.
I think we should track it.
Okay.
I want to know more.
There was more than one deer. With those tracks, there were several deer. There wasn't just one.
Well, it was kind of a lot of tracks moving back and forth.
Right.
And
so it could have been just one going.
Yeah, and especially with your natural 20, you kind of, when you're looking at them, they all looked the same size in terms of the prints and stuff.
I want to know more about the talking deer.
Well, you're our expert tracker. See?
Let's carry on tracking.
You
then.
tracked it
Let's
first
carry
time.
on tracking then.
Let us carry on tracking. Yes, I can.
I'm going to go back just to make sure Carlton's
I
okay.
forgot about him.
Maybe tie him to a tree.
No,
Yeah,
keep him
you
with
can-
us. I think.
Oh, keep him
Keep him with
bring
us.
along.
Yes, bring him
Okay.
along.
I'll make a lead out of the rope then.
Okay.
Sorry, if you're feeling cold, Carlton. We've lost the cloak.
But you can always give him your cloak.
Yes, we could, but I think that would be cold.
Okay. You're not that sorry then.
I do feel for him.
Sort of.
Sort of. Yes.
There we go. Okay, so you continue to track the stag. From whoever wants to lead it, let's have another survival check, please. Okay. You managed to follow the trail for another couple of 100 meters into the forest, and then it just kind of stops. It goes through a patch of a small rocky outcropping, and then you can't find a continuation of that trail.
given us the slip.
Looks that way. Oh well, blackberries it is then.
Blackberries it is. Well, we could keep going in the same direction.
Yeah, it's up to you two.
What do you think? I would quite like to know more about this deer.
Are we getting distracted from our original quest to rescue the Lady Argentine?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. We've been distracted quite easily, I think.
Is it just hunger that drives us to find this deer, and cold in the case of your cloak?
I mean, if it's purely food that you're looking for, you do have rations amongst your adventure packs.
Not
Yes.
just food. I want to know more about a deer that talks.
Oh. But no, it's gone.
But now it's gone.
Can we all have a look round to see if we can pick up the trail? Or
Yeah, you can all give me a roll.
You
can all give me a roll.
This is survival, isn't it?
Be survival, yes. I mean, yeah. Normally I'd ask you to do it all at once, but I'll allow you this time.
16 from me.
Yeah, the same result.
Do I need to roll again as well?
No, you've already rolled.
3 plus
Yeah.
4, 7.
Yeah. Otto, you do succeed in finding another little patch of blackberries.
Oh,
But, no sign of the stag.
That's not a deer.
no. The only thing it has in common with the deer is that it can be eaten.
Indeed.
And with minimum fuss and preparation, we can just simply eat it.
Yes. So we can't find it. Do!
Da 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 da
A
da.
deer. Anyway, seemed like a male deer. Anyway,
Shall we give up?
yes. That seems like
I think
the way
we should.
forward.
I think
Do
we
I need to
should.
roll anything for giving up?
Give me a will save.
A will save? These are the details.
No, you don't have to do that. You can choose to give up at any point.
For the benefit of our listeners, we are joking here.
Okay, back to the horses, back on the trail then.
Yeah, you head back the way you've travelled. You pick up your horses easily enough. They are unharmed. And as you continue down the trail, the snow's starting to flurry quite hard. The horses are finding it really difficult moving through this. At one point, Olwen, your horse, it kind of almost refuses to go any further through the snow, but you give it a little nudge and it reluctantly plods forward. But they're starting to find it quite difficult with how thick the snow is getting on the floor and stuff. But before too long, you break through a line of trees, and you can see that you're kind of on a hill running down towards what would normally be a river. However, this river, from what you can see, appears to have iced over. And as you approach, it's not a massively wide river. Like you look at it, the river's about 20 feet wide, and you can see that there would normally be a point where it could be forded were it not frozen. But as you approach it, you can see it's quite out of place compared to what you've seen so far. You can see kind of standing in the middle of the trail, just before you get to the crossing of the river, you see what appears to be a human-sized snowman.
Just draw the longbow, knock an arrow.
Okay.
Shout to it. Hello!
The snowman does not respond.
I mean, we do have a human guinea pig in the form of Carlton.
We do, yes.
I'm going to have to put my foot down and be like, let's not use him as bait. Let's. I think as our prisoner, he should be protected by us. That's the right thing to do here.
Okay. You can make out as you get a little bit closer. You can make out that the snowman appears to have a sign of some sort hung around its neck. Looks to be made of wood from where you are.
It's on our side of the river.
It's on your side of the river, yes.
Okay, going to stow the longbow and draw the rapier and creep closer.
Okay.
Steadily.
Okay.
So close enough to read it, or it jumps out.
Yeah. So as you get a bit closer, you can see it's written quite big and bold. The sign simply says, in common, it says, "Trespassers, turn back."
Oh, well, that does not apply to us. Trespassers.
I think we all know we're not going to do that.
Does the snowman definitely look like a snowman? Look like it's been built rather than...
You can give me a perception check.
22.
Okay.
I'm liking this new metal dice.
Yes, we're very lucky.
Yeah.
It's actually got an extra plate on the other side. But, so you can quite easily see that it does appear to have been built by hand.
Crudely. I mean, this is just two balls, one
Oh yeah,
on
it's
top of a big one with two sticks for arms.
It's an archetypal snowman.
Okay, I'm going to say, if there's anybody inside there, you'd probably be well placed to say now and let me know, and then I'm going to slowly start skewering the rapier into it.
Okay, so as you get within 10 feet of the snowman, where the sort of lumps of coal have been pressed into its mouth, the mouth kind of opens up for a second, and you hear a voice in common calling out to you. It says, "Can't you read? The sign says turn back. Now get lost."
Yes, we're not trespassers, we're here on official business.
You get no reply from the snowman.
Yeah. I'm still going to, yes, if there's a person in there making it work, you might want to get out now. I'm going to poke you.
Okay.
And I'll keep creeping forward with the rapier.
Okay. As you get within 5 feet of the snowman and start to ready your rapier to plunge into it, you hear a ringing sound. It starts as a ringing and it builds into from the snowman. I need you to make a fortitude save.
23.
23. Okay. So there is a ringing sound as this voice kind of builds in frustration from the snowman, and that builds into almost like a sonic boom type sound. The rest of you guys hear this. There's a loud crack. Owen, you feel the full force of this, and you take. Yeah. You take 16 points reduced to 8 of
it's all kicking off again,
of sonic damage.
Wow.
And so 8 points of sonic damage as this thing has just exploded in front of you, and you look down and the snowman has exploded. There's nothing left of it.
At least stop going to do it to other people now. But it's probably an alarm system on reflection, what do you think?
Quite possibly.
Well, I expect people would have heard that.
Sorry? I'm going to cast Lay on Hands on myself.
Okay. You take a second to lay on hands yourself. You regain some hit points.
6 hit points. Okay, what would you like to do, gentlemen?
Well,
Onwards.
onwards, yes.
Onwards.
Shall we go over the narrower bits of the river, maybe one at a time?
The narrow, shallow bit of the river.
Yes.
Yeah, I say with the part of the river you are, like the path that you're on clearly continues on the other side. So this part of the river was meant to be forded. Obviously when it's not frozen.
Okay.
but it's
Over the river then.
it's
Over the river.
Over the river.
it's not immediately clear where the path on the river is, if that makes sense.
No. Shall I go first?
I don't mind.
Okay. I'll hop off. Well, I'm already off the horse. I'll lead the horse over
Okay,
on foot.
sure. How quickly are you moving across?
Slowly.
Slowly, okay. So it takes a little while. This ice, it is quite slippery as ice goes. And as you step onto the ice, you start to walk a bit faster, and then you almost go over. And you think to yourself, no, I'm got to take this slowly. There's no reason not to. So you do take yourself nice and slowly across the ice. Takes you a little while. Could you roll a d20 for me, Stu?
Oh, 7.
Okay. Roll me a reflex save.
10.
Okay. As you're walking along carefully, you do find a patch of the ice that's a bit thinner than the rest, and before you can kind of move away from it, it splinters under your feet and you crash through into the freezing cold water. You take 2 points of non-lethal damage,
Okay.
and the breath is knocked out of your lungs. Like this particular part of the water it was only about 4 feet deep, but you've just been submerged in it, and you are fatigued. You're suffering from kind of the early onset of hypothermia.
Okay. Oh, dang it. A card. Take a -1 status penalty to AC and saving throws. Whilst exploring, you can't choose an exploration activity. We'll need a full night's rest to recover.
Set camp and build a fire.
Should we?
Well, it's only midday, isn't it? It's a bit chilly. Mind you don't fall in the water.
We need to get Alvin warm.
Yes, we do. We need to. Well, I'm not going to make fire.
I wasn't suggesting you set fire to him.
Produce flame.
Presumably I can get myself out of the water and
Oh yeah,
carry
yeah.
on.
It's easy enough. It was just this water. Like you were only in about 4 feet deep worth of water, but it's the cold water shock, and it is icy cold. You suffer from kind of the early stage of hypothermia, but you do manage to pull yourself out with the help of your friends easily enough.
Oh, we do help. We're not just stood on the bank watching.
Yeah, I just assumed that you helped.
Right. And the horses will go through the ice. The horses, I think, are nice.
Okay.
We should ride our horses across.
I mean, when
We
this
should
happened,
have.
when this happened, you were like 3/4 of the way across anyway. So
We were all. Oh, right.
yeah. I'm assuming how close were you behind Olwyn?
Not too close. We want to spread the weight on the ice.
Okay.
So,
That's cool. Yeah. So you finish crossing the river?
yes, poor Owen. We have to.
We have to take care of him.
I think we have to make a fire. We have to gather wood and make a fire.
Thank you, chaps.
Okay.
Bet you missed that cape now.
Funny you should say that.
Even Carlton thinks it's funny.
Okay. As you finish crossing the river, you do see, kind of off to the left-hand side, kind of back on the trail, you can see what appears to be a pair of legs sticking out of the snow.
Where the snowman was.
No, on the far side of the river. You've crossed the river.
Yes.
Um,
But looking back.
Oh no! When you look back, there's just a mound of destroyed snow from where it exploded. But on the side of the river that you just crossed to,
Yes.
you can see a pair of legs sticking out of the snow.
Why don't you take care of Alvin and I'll go and investigate the legs?
Yes. Perhaps he has some dry clothes.
It's all right. We're gonna make a camp then.
Make a camp, make a fire.
Just so you know, like it's kind of just coming into the afternoon, so it's not really. You wouldn't benefit from like a night's sleep right now. But you can certainly take a few minutes to warm yourselves up if you wish.
I'd want to take 10 minutes to get my focus point back as well.
Okay.
I think some warmth would be good for you.
Yes, you may not be able to dry your clothes, but we can at least warm them up a bit.
It's stopping from getting worse.
So let me just check.
All that heavy wool you were wearing
Just want to check something.
holds a lot of water.
No bloody freezing. All I've been wearing the entire time is some rags.
Yeah, you've still got blood all over yourself. Yes.
Some of it's not his. So I'm just checking something, Stu.
That's right.
Okay, so to refocus your focus pool, you have to take the refocus action, which has the exploration trait. Because you are fatigued, you cannot take that
no,
action.
I can't. Okay, I didn't know focus was an exploration trait. Right.
To be fair, I didn't either. So I just had a thought. I was like, do I need to check that?
Yes. Okay. I won't be getting my focus point back then. I'll take that back off my sheet. Okay. Do you know what? There's a hero point staring at me as well. Right. Okay. Well, I'll dry my socks out at least.
Okay.
Shall I go and have a look at these legs then?
Yes, have a look at these legs. Maybe it's just a pair of boots. That we can,
So you approach this pair of legs in the snow, and you quite quickly find that the legs are attached to the stiff body of what appears to be a farmer.
Well, there's a dead farmer here, lads.
Maybe Carlton knows him.
Is it definitely dead?
You can roll me medicine check if you want.
I'm staying by the fire.
I will search him to see if he has anything useful.
Sure. So you kind of pull the body out of the snow and kind of brush it off. And yeah, you do find some stuff on him. Like this particular farmer looks a bit of an older gentleman. Looks like he's seen the world a bit. He's got scars on his body, the kind of scars that an old soldier might have. But you do find a few things on him. You find a composite longbow, along with 12 arrows, a dagger, a masterwork hand axe, so that's +1 to hit.
He was quite well armed.
And you find a small coin pouch containing a total of about 2 gold pieces and 7 silver.
2 gold.
2 gold, 7 silver.
Okay. As you kind of look at him, it looks like he may have suffered a similar fate as Olwyn suffered recently, and seems to have succumbed to hypothermia in the night.
He's frozen to death. Well, found some weapons and some coin. So.
Oh, you're admitting to the money.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. You're going to share.
Yes, of course. Of course.
So there's been 9 silver each, wouldn't it? Assuming you're sharing it equally.
Equally.
Yes.
9 silver
I've grown
pieces.
to like you, gentlemen, and I feel like I should.
9 silver
be,
pieces each. Well, that was a good find. I'm glad we went to.
Alwyn's going to give you the 3 silver that he owes you. Proto.
Oh, danke schön, man. Yeah.
Don't know what you just said to me, but I hope it's not rude.
Okay, so who can use the longbow? I'm still not a little unsure of like who can use what weapons.
Composite longbows are for when you've got good strength. You don't add your strength to a longbow shot unless it's a composite.
Right,
longbow.
okay.
Now my strength is 0, so no good to me whatsoever.
Mine is 16.
Sorry, what are we
Is
missing?
it a +1 composite longbow?
No, it's a regular composite longbow. It was a masterwork hand axe that was +1 to hit.
Are we just looking at strength?
Yes. That's right. That's right, isn't it, for composite longbows?
Yes,
Yeah.
a composite longbow. It lets you add your strength to the damage.
But isn't there a limit normally?
I think it's half your strength modifier.
Right. Okay.
Just checking it.
There's also a dagger.
Impulsive. Yeah, so the composite longbow, you add half your strength modifier to damage with it. If you have a negative strength modifier, you add your full thing.
I have a +2 strength modifier.
+2 and +3. So either of you, it's not going to make any odds.
Okay.
Because you always round down.
Do you have a crossbow already?
I have a small hand crossbow.
So
Did you know he's got a crossbow that was gift wrapped?
Yes.
Then he committed an act of eco-terrorism with the wrapping.
So I know he will never let me forget it.
As you're having this conversation, roll me a perception check, please, all three of you.
23 for Olwen.
15.
What do we add for perception? Yes. 5.
Okay, Olwen, you notice this. You can kind of hear as you're kind of sat by the fire having this conversation. You start hearing just faint whispers of voices other than those of your party members. It sounds like a bit further up the trail. It sounds like there are people arguing over something.
Look, did you hear that?
So you can't see
Oh,
where
no.
it's coming from, but you can hear the voices kind of carrying with the wind.
No, that was a character choice.
Yeah. No worries.
Yes, did you hear people arguing?
I sneak off and investigate.
Roll me a stealth check.
20, yeah.
D20.
Well, they will definitely see the fire. That's very stealthy.
22.
22. Okay. So you continue up the path a little bit further, leaving your companions behind temporarily. Olwen and Otto, you kind of turn around for a second, and Brother Amos is gone. You didn't see where he
Where
went
did
at
he go? He's very stealthy.
all. So you continue up this trail for a bit further. The trail it climbs to a ridgeline. So where you came to this river, it was kind of in a little bit of a valley. You start climbing a ridgeline to the south. The trees are covered in snow at this point. You can see on the ground there's been quite a bit of traffic coming through here. There's hoof prints from horses. There's what appears to be heavy boot prints, a few of them. And as you get up to kind of the ridge of this ridge line, you can see there appear to be 3 individuals dressed similarly to Carlton, they seem to be arguing over something. Roll me a perception check, please, Brother Amos.
14.
Okay, you can't make out exactly what's being said, but occasionally the wind blows this way and that, just enough for you to pick up a few words. And you hear it's words to the effect of, no, I took down the wheels of the carriage, therefore I get this much of the gold. They seem to be arguing about loot.
I think rather than going in half cut this time, I'm going to go back and let my companions know what's happening and get their opinion on the matter.
Okay. You head back. You do not seem to have been detected. And before you know it, Olwen and Otto, Brother Amos has reappeared at the campfire and fills you in on what's
Where'd
happened.
you come from?
It's a good job he's on our side, because otherwise we would not stand a chance. Well, that was quick.
Well, I imagine also that you'd like to go and set fire to them, wouldn't you?
Oh, was it people we need to set fire to?
Yes, 2 bandits discussing sharing the loot of the carriage that they took down.
Weren't we going to go and talk to Captain Rohkar?
They look very similar to our friend Carlton here.
Yeah, sort of dressed in
Dressed in the same way.
Raggy leather armour.
What do you think we should do, gentlemen?
Well, they haven't really done anything against us, have they? What we could do is approach them and say, "What ho, we're here to talk to Captain Rohkar," and they might just take us to him and, all have, tea and crumpets.
We do have the severed head of their friend if they do get a bit hairy.
Yes. Yes, we do. And what were they talking about?
Couldn't catch much of what they were saying, but they were discussing the sharing of the loot.
So if they actually have the loot with them now, they might be a bit
So they're
cagey.
bards.
I'm thinking I did not know whether I don't want to encourage him.
I think we should leave him here. Good luck! It's been nice knowing you.
Carlton, good news, we have found your friends. And we can't decide whether to kill them or not.
I think we should remove his gag and find out what he knows.
Before you get too much of a taste from Bagsy's underwear.
But
forgot
before we do, Carlton, if you scream, myself and Brother Amos are just going to walk away and leave you here with Otto on your own. Anyway.
Yes.
And when he's finished, Alwyn will come back and try to heal you.
Yes.
And you don't want that.
If you scream, I will shit in Bagsy's underwear and put it back in your mouth.
Amazing. I'll tell you what, you can roll me, somebody can roll me an intimidation check, and I'm going to bring in a 5e rule. You can have advantage. So roll twice and take the highest roll.
18 plus, what do I add to that?
Intimidation.
Intimidate. Oh yes, I think I have a good intimidation. 24.
And then roll again. Because rolling with advantage means you roll twice and take the highest score.
Oh, right.
It's not it's not a Pathfinder rule for those of you who are listening at home, but it's one that I do particularly like from 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah.
So second time I rolled 11, do I get another god?
No.
Right. So
Just
I think 18, so 26.
26. Yeah. As the three of you kind of say this to him, he looks you all from one to the other. His eyes go wide as you mention about him being healed. And he just very slowly nods in seeming agreement.
I've come to quite like Carlton. I've become very fond of him, I have to say.
Clearly.
In my own way.
To the fan service.
Okay, so you ungag Carlton, and he as soon as you ungag him, he starts going, I promise I won't scream, I promise, I'll be as quiet as a mouse, I promise I won't say nothing to him, I promise I won't say
There,
I promise
Carlton,
I won't
believe you.
There. Do not upset yourself.
Alright, so you're not going to fucking kill me, no?
And no, we need you to be quiet.
For now.
Be quiet, alright.
But we also need you to talk. That's quite
So be quiet and talk.
Yes, talk quietly.
Yes.
Well, ask your questions then.
I forgot what we were going to ask.
2 gentlemen over that ridge, dressed just like you and your partner, discussing sharing a loot of a carriage that they took down.
Yeah, I mean that could be any of the lads really. I don't know who's on patrol today.
There were just 2 of them, you said.
Just
I
2.
got 3. Were there 3?
Brother Amos thinks he only saw 2.
Okay.
And he is very stealthy indeed. I trust his judgment.
I thought you said 3 the first time round.
I might have. I can't remember. It's bloody cold out here.
Right, there's 2 or 3 anyway. Yes.
Sure, it wasn't 6 or 7.
Possibly.
I
I don't know, I wasn't there.
That's a callback for listeners at home to our preview adventure, which was launched today.
There was some people over there discussing things.
Okay. But yeah, Carlton says, no, I don't know who it might be. It could be, well, it could be any of the lads really.
Well, we're thinking if we go out and just say to them very nicely, look, we're here to chat to Captain Rohkar. Do you think they might just say, oh, what ho, and give us tea and crumpets?
They might do that. They might do that. You never know.
I mean, you're welcome to try. Captain Rohkar's not really the tea and crumpet sort, you might say. But yeah, if you want to try that, you might get somewhere.
I mean, I'm all for intimidation at this point.
No. Well, are we here to kill Captain Rohkar?
I was just going to talk to him.
Ah. It's a good job you mentioned.
I'm not really one
Ted.
for killing people unnecessarily, you see.
I thought perhaps there's a price on his head.
At least point this out.
We're here to rescue the Lady Malassene, so...
Well, yes, and if you just say,
something.
let's go, and he lets it go, then, it's all good.
yes, and if he doesn't, then we kill him.
Well, there might be other solutions. But we can see.
Slightly burning him.
Slightly singeing his eyes.
Slightly singeing his.
Yes, it looks silly without eyebrows.
Yes.
Okay, regag.
Oh no, please, no. I'll be quiet. I promise to be quiet.
It's just a precaution, Carlton. I apologise for any discomfort.
You can see a couple of tears start rolling down his face.
Tie him to the tree close enough to the fire that he can get the benefit.
Oh, so you're leaving here?
Oh, shall we leave him here, or should we take him with us?
I think just for the time being, while we negotiate with these two types.
Might be an encumbrance if we take him with us.
Yes. Shall we shoot one and negotiate with the other?
No. Let's just try talking to them nicely first, and then if they do get a bit there.
Then I think you should take the lead, Alan.
Okay.
Well, why don't you take the lead? We'll hide in the bushes. If they cut up rough, then we shoot them.
Okay.
They won't see all three of us. They'll only see you approaching.
Yes, that sounds
smiling,
sensible.
saying hello.
Yes. Okay.
Is that gold
sounds
you've
like
got
a
there?
plan.
Yes, we will take up positions and hide.
Yes.
With a clear shot.
Okay.
So you're proceeding up the trail.
Have our friend's head ready.
It's in the saddlebag.
They're going to hide, aren't they?
Okay.
Yes.
They're going to hide.
So let's
Only me walking up the trail.
let's have a stealth check from Brother Amos and from Otto, please.
11 plus 15.
Okay.
Oops.
6.
Natural one.
Natural 1.
Not a stealth kit.
Okay. So you both think you're hidden, creeping along the trees, alongside Olwen, who's you're in the middle of the path.
Yeah, I'm not making any attempt to hide. In fact, I'll be
Neither am I, apparently.
waving. Just hello.
So are you two both on the same side of the path, or are you on opposite sides?
I think opposite sides of the path.
So you're flanking
the
Olwen.
flanking,
Okay.
yes.
I'm consciously not going to have any weapons drawn either.
Sure. Okay.
I might try out that new composite bow. Well, perhaps this isn't a good time to practice.
I'll let you fight that out between the two of you.
Yeah. So you approach up this path, Norwin. You do quite quickly see these three, and it is three fellows. As you get a bit closer, you can see them all still arguing about something. One of them's kind of keeping half an eye on the road, whilst his two fellows argue. And as you're approaching up the path, the one who's kind of keeping an eye out spots you, and you see his hand just go down to his sword at his side. And about this time, you call out,
Hello, friend not foe.
"Friend, eh?
Yes, that's right. Just here to talk.
What's the password?"
Oh, I don't know a password.
Well, then you ain't no
password.
friend, are you?
Well, I'm not foe, so what would you call me?
Well, it depends, don't it? Who?
I'm friendly. How about that?
Who are you with? Did Taldor send you?
Who?
Taldor.
Don't know who that is.
Taldor, you nonce. Taldor is... It's the land we're in.
Did the land send me?
No.
No, I'll tell you why I'm here, right? I might save a bit of time. I'm here to have a nice chat with Captain Rohkar.
Hear that, boys? This one wants to have a chat with the captain. Well, you just sit tight right there. Maybe we can arrange that.
Well, I'd rather stand if that's okay.
All right.
It's a bit cold on the ground.
And what about your two friends? Who are they with? Or are they just creeping around behind you because they're being creepy?
Oh, they're just, they're like that.
Well, get them out here. All of you. All of you in the road now.
Okay, come on, chaps. That didn't,
Shall we do it?
Oh, yes. Come on.
Okay, we'll take Alwyn's lead.
Right, you stay right there.
Okay.
This man here, and he thumps one of the guys who's been arguing, he's going to go find the captain. See what he says.
Jolly good.
The captain likes you. He might allow you audience. If not, we're going to gut you and take all your stuff. Sound good?
Well, no, that doesn't sound good at all.
Although it is kind of what we should have expected.
Just want to have a chat with the captain, really. I mean, gutting us, that's not very nice.
Well, how else do you expect us to earn our keep, eh? Anyway, go on.
He
off
does
with
have
it.
a point.
And
there.
he nudges his mate, who kind of scarpers off into the woods. And you see the two that have remained. They've both taken out bows, and they've both got arrows ready. They're not aiming them at you just yet, but they're ready to shoot if you do anything.
Knocked.
They're knocked. Are you guys doing anything while you wait, or are you waiting patiently?
I'm going to wait patiently and see what happens.
I'm ready to make fire when the moment comes. It's my go-to of any situation.
You're ready in action.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you ready a spell like that?
Yeah, I believe you can. You still have to specify a trigger, same as any other readied action. But you can hold that spell. What's the trigger for you to throw that ball of fire?
As soon as they raise their bows.
Okay.
As soon as they look like they're going to take aim, then.
Cool. All right. All right. So you're stood there in the snow for a good 10 minutes, and eventually the one that was sent off as a messenger comes back, and he says he whispers something to the chap who was talking to you a second ago, and he sort of turns to you and say, "Yeah, all right. Seems you got lucky. Captain's in a good mood. Now, put your weapons on the ground, step away from them. We'll escort you to the captain."
All of my weapons.
All of my weapons.
All your weapons on the ground and step away.
Well, I'll put down my hand crossbow.
See, one of you's got some smarts. You two.
Okay, I'll put down my crossbow and my staff and my hand axe.
I'll put down the longbow, the spear, and the long sword. Do you mind if I just keep this? It's more of a religious artifact. You see, I'm champion of Caden Kalian, and the rapier is quite an important artifact for us.
It's a weapon. Put it on the fucking ground. I'm not going to ask you again.
Can we have a receipt?
I'm not sure about this at all.
Your weapons will be kept good and safe on the word of Captain Rohkar. You'll get them back when you're done. Put it on the ground and step back.
I don't trust these.
Or we're going to shoot you.
No, I think.
Okay, I'll reluctantly put the rapier down.
Okay.
Actually, out of character. You two guys are alright, because you can, obviously as a monk you can fight without weapons. As a spellcaster, you've got spells. I'm the one who's stuffed.
I'll put down my dagger as well, and the composite bow I left that by the horse.
As a dwarf, would you put down your clan
I have a normal dagger and a clan dagger. The clan dagger's hidden away. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So give me a stealth check on that also. Oh, is it? When you say hidden away, is it like in your backpack or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, then don't worry, it's fine. Okay. So you all put your weapons down, and you step back, and one of these bandits steps forward, gathers up all your weapons, and his two fellows kind of flank in behind you, and they say, "Right, come on then, we'll take you to the captain." You start walking up the path towards. You can now see as you crest over this ridge, you can see a large wooden building, kind of bordering on another little stream or river in like a big clearing. One of the bandits who are escorting you, they say to you, all right then, gents, welcome to the High Sentinel Lodge. And that is where we're going to end for this session.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com, editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.